Exactly 18 weeks ago, I found out that I was pregnant, and there's exactly 18 weeks left until our due date. So today marks week 22, and experientially, we are halfway. Yeah. This week, baby is 11 inches long from head to toe, which is like this big, and they're almost a full pound. I am having like the best symptoms ever this week. I feel fantastic. My belly is growing, and it's becoming pretty hilarious about how I'm lightly bumping into things and don't really have a sense of space. I'm feeling really happy. I'm feeling motivated to get stuff done for the baby. I'm feeling really pretty and summery and awesome. The blood flow, there's been some interesting blood flow things like down south, and it's made for awesome sexy times, so that's always good. And I found a solution for the leg cramps I've been having this week. If you have leg cramps during pregnancy, the reason is because you don't have enough, the baby's taking all the calcium and magnesium, and so I found I was naturally craving a lot more dairy, and when I started to eat more dairy, that has slowed things down. I'm not having leg cramps nearly as often, not like every night like I was having. And also, as a temporary solution, if you wake up and you have leg cramps, what you should do, say if your foot is neutral like this, so here's your leg, this is your leg, this is your foot, what I was doing was just kind of stretching my foot out, and that was actually making the leg cramps worse, and it was activating them a lot. So what you should do instead is to put your foot up, to angle your foot up more towards your body, and that helps a lot. So yes, it's been a good week. I feel good. Everything's going nicely. So that's the symptoms for this week. I learned this week at my anatomy scan that my placenta is on the front, and so that's not dangerous for delivery, and it's not a problem for the baby. It doesn't matter to the baby, but it does mean that I have a hard time feeling the baby kick, and I only really feel the baby on my left lower side. So that's odd. How I'm feeling. Not only does today mark the halfway point in this pregnancy, but this week is just, as a whole, a very pivotal week. For those of you who've been following for a while, this is going to be pretty familiar, but when Joe and I conceived this baby, we've been trying for a year. We each have fertility conditions, and medically, it's like a shock that it happened at all. So this baby really is a miracle baby. And for the first trimester, I was just cautiously optimistic and really dreading that something bad was going to happen. And then at 13 weeks we heard the heartbeat, and yeah, it was like this pregnancy is a go. And we had a dating scan, saw the baby looked normal and great, and it was such a relief that wow, we might actually have a baby. And then from that point, 13 weeks to 17 weeks, it was just this excitement I was feeling. And then at 17 weeks, Joe and I went on our big trip to Europe, and we've been gone since. Like for 4.5 weeks, basically, we were just traveling. And that time period was all about Joe and I. We were each doing things that were good for us individually and as a couple. We explored new cities, we discovered new foods, we learned new things about each other and bonded more as a couple, and it was just awesome. It was a big life bucket list type activity that we did together. But now that we are back, this week is pivotal because it's like two big changes have happened. Firstly, I've seen the baby at 22 weeks. I know they're healthy and growing, and you know what? More likely, it's very likely that we're gonna have a healthy baby in our arms in like 4 months. And it's incredible, and I'm so excited. And the other big change is that Joe and I have had our time together. Not like it's over forever, but just we've had a really great time together, and now that we're back, I feel like I'm ready for things to no longer just be about me or just be about Joe and I as a couple. I feel really motivated, excited, and just the timing feels right for there to be a baby coming to the picture. So I'm feeling really, really good this week. It's a very pivotal week. So for Joe, what I do is I usually say, hey, he'll be just on Hotmail chat. I'll say, hey, I'm going to do my video and I'd love to include something about how you're feeling this week. So if you have anything to share, go ahead and share it. And this is what Joe typed up this week to share. He said, I guess the most noticeable shift in my own mindset is that I'm really starting to imagine a little personality developing. Like the other day when I was doing that silly little dance after we ate, and you said something to the effect of Panda, the baby, doing the same dance. Yeah, Joe was doing some little cute dance, and then I was talking about how like the baby's also doing something, so they're probably dancing with you. And then I was just joking like the baby's like, I'm just dancing with Dad, you know, hanging out. And yeah, it seemed to like bring a tear to Joe's eye almost, like it really, like, yeah, it seemed to mean a lot to him. And then he'd added that I'm really looking forward to the possibility of finding out the sex, so that that concept of a personality can develop even more. And he said also, we've hit that point where you're looking really obviously pregnant, and it's really driving home that there's a whole new level of responsibility on the horizon. Both of us will have another person to consider in anything we're doing. And that's true. So that's how Joe's feeling this week. Okay, and that's pretty much it for this week. So I'm uploading a few videos at the same time here. My measurements for 22 weeks, which I'm considering to be the halfway point in the pregnancy, and an update on the ultrasound and doctor's appointment that happened this week. So, yeah, I'm happy and excited. 22 weeks.